and not to feel like a victim, not to become a victim, because a lot of these individuals, they have a victim mentality. And what I mean by that is we've all, like, pretty much everybody's had some sort of trauma that's happened to them in the past. And I'm not discounting that. I've had trauma that's happened, a lot of trauma that's happened in my past. I lost both my parents. Mom was an alcoholic. I would come home from school and crawl on my hands and knees for the first hour I was home, trying to find where she was hiding her alcohol. You know, we all have situations in our past. But we're not going to get through those until we learn how to live in the present, until we learn how to live our life. We Time is one of the only things that you can never get back. You can always make money, you can always make new friends, you can always make new acquaintances, you can always change your body and get healthy. It's always there. But the one thing that you can never get back is time. One of the hardest things we had to do was try to help people transition from the past, from that victim mentality. Because once you're holding on to the past and you're holding on to all the things that have happened to you in the past, it's extremely, extremely hard to be in a state of joy and happiness. Because you're holding, what does it matter? I mean, what does it matter? There's nothing you can do about it. It's the past. At the same time, it's not easy to transition through that either. But that's why I recommend, acupuncture. And actually, what we found that works really good is just cleansing the body, cleansing everything, cleansing the system. Always the first place we would start is to clean, right? Because if you have all the toxins causing unhappiness from your external environment and all the toxins coming into your internal environment, causing the toxins, it's just common sense to start with cleansing all that out. And it doesn't have to be done right away. You can start by, one of the hardest things for me was to get rid of my toxic friends that I'd known from high school. That was really hard for me. Like I was really, really close to a group of friends through, even in middle school, all the way through high school and college. We all were together. And when I started on this journey, stopped drinking, went to vegetarian. I was raw vegan for a year. I was doing meditation. I mean, I'm the kind of person that just likes to experiment on myself. It got really lonely for me because I just didn't resonate. I was on a whole nother vibrational field. That's what happens. When you start cleansing your emotions and cleansing your body, your vibration starts going up, and you'll notice it's the simplest thing, but it's not even the strangest thing. It's like you start merging into a whole different layer of vibration on this planet, on this earth. Your consciousness goes up. And then you start meeting people on that layer of vibration. And then your goal should always to be keep going up in your vibrational, it's layers. This physical plane has layers of vibrations and energies, and then it goes up to the astral plane, and then it goes up to the causal plane. It's all layers of frequencies and energies of sound and light and different vibrations. As you start cleansing your body, as you start becoming you, as you start paying more attention to you, as you start loving yourself more, you start raising your vibrational frequencies to the point where your body doesn't even want to start eating low vibrational foods anymore. And that should really be the goal, because at the end of your life, like I tell people, when I ask, the people that are on their way out with cancer or different people, and it's like, do you have any regrets? Would you have done anything different in your life? And they all say, I wish I would have spent more time with my kids. I wish I wouldn't have worked so hard. I wish I would have spent more time with myself. I wish I wouldn't have spent 20 hours a day working around the clock. I wish I would have taken better care of my health. So don't be in that state of I wish. You have the power to change right now. you have the power to smile. Smiling alone raises your vibrational frequency. Speaking positive words and thoughts, thinking positive thoughts, speaking positive words raises your vibrational frequency. Like, you have the ability to switch to an unhappiness to a happiness instantaneously. You can do that in multiple different ways. One good way is just being grateful. This works for me a lot. Like, I because I talk to so many people, I have the pleasure to listen to them. And I was talking to a mom that she had three autistic children who were like 11, 6, and 2. She didn't have any money. Her husband left her. She was all alone. And she was trying to take care of these three autistic children. And she's just telling me the story of that she basically gets no sleep. I mean, this lady has so much love in her heart, and she is going through such a difficult time. There's always someone out there that's going to be going through way, way, way worse times than what you're going through. And when I hear these stories, I mean, I just close my eyes and I am so grateful. Like, there's nothing that can cause me to be unhappy. When I hear stories, like all these stories about people that are suffering, they have a disease, they've been fighting something for 13, 14, 15, 16 years. They've been traveling 16, 20 of their years of their life. They've been struggling with diabetes or heart disease or obesity or whatever, fibromyalgia, or maybe something that the doctors haven't even been able to diagnose yet. We get a lot of those too. And it's always because their body's toxic with parasites and chemicals and heavy metals. But the stories that I hear on a daily basis, I mean, and you know what? If you want to hear some good stories, we can't even post half of them, but go to globalhealing.com and just go to any one of our products. And just look at the reviews. I mean, to me, it's the most satisfying thing in the world to be working at a job where we can create positive change in people's lives every single day. I mean, if that doesn't make you happy, I don't know what will. I mean, sure, we have to catch ourselves. We have to catch ourselves and stop. When we start noticing that, we're depressed or anxiety or look, it's normal to go through short periods of all those things. There's no way that I've never met anybody that's never had any anxiety, never had any stress, never had any unhappiness, never had any fearfulness or anything like that. It's just about recognizing it and bringing yourself out of it as fast as you can.